Okay, so it is officially the last day of May 2025, and if you follow this channel, you'll know the past few months I've been doing an end of the month recap with some of the best music that came out that month, and that's exactly what I'm going to do in this video. We'll do the best music of May. We have one album, one like EP, and then the rest are singles. So a lot of singles that came out this month that I liked. Maybe not a lot of albums that I had checked out, and I'll obviously miss stuff. Like I can't listen to every single thing that came out this month, but I tried my best to include the stuff that I like. So if I miss something in this video, please leave in the comments down below. I'll definitely check it out because I'm always on the search for new music. But yeah, this is just my favorite music of the month, and I'll leave my favorite release for last because I'm not ranking these in any order, but I will say the last one that I mentioned was my favorite and what I've had in rotation the most. So I want to give a big shout out real quick to Logic because he's just been on he put out so many singles this month for his album Side Quest, and we have Ground, we have Sold Out. I think It's a Few was April, but Sold Out, Everybody's Dead Already. So there's just like, he released so many singles for that, and he also released a song called Catch Me If You Can, which is for his next another record called like Ballad of Rooster Jenkins. I think that's the title. So he's just been on a single run recently, and I've done a lot of content this month on his music because I personally am very excited for that Side Quest album. I think Logic is actually a great rage artist. I've made videos on this, and I'll kind of re-elaborate my point for this video. I would much rather Logic go in that direction and kind of make interesting rage music that, you know, is different for his catalog than stick to the boom bap. But we did get boom bap lyrical stuff. Catch Me If You Can is a good song, and that music video is really cool too, with him in his room and the VHS. Like, I really like the music video, but I am more interested in the Side Quest singles just because, like I said, I'm interested in that record, and I always want artists to kind of get out of their comfort zone and try something new. So that's exactly what Logic's doing, and I really respect him for that, and I'm very excited for this new record. And they are just good as well. Like, the production's great on the synths and just the rage sound, and Logic does it well in my opinion, but I know a lot of people disagree with me. But we'll go on to another record, or the first album I'll mention. Young Lean dropped an album called Jonathan, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, I'm not too familiar with Young Lean's like catalog. Like, I haven't really listened to any of his full length albums. I've only really heard singles and features throughout the years, but this album blew me away, to be honest. The combination of like pop with like his weird kind of spacey atmosphere, it really worked for me. And he is a good pop artist. I think he could pull it off really well. It has a really dark feeling, yet like a pop joyful feeling as well, and I think that contrast is really nice. And Young Lean's voice works really well on some of these pop production choices, so I really liked this record. Again, some people didn't, but I really liked it. So the next record, I did say there was only one record, but there's two records. So next we'll go on to Billy Woods, Gulawag. Is that how you pronounce it? Gulawag. Billy Woods, underground rapper. This album, again, blew me away. I mean, Billy Woods has just been on an incredible run. I don't think he's had a bad album in his discography thus far, and he's just he's continued to just blow me away with his albums and his rapping ability and his production choices, because this album feels so creepy and so dark, and some of the sample choices like add like a horror element to it, but Billy Woods' rapping is kind of just uncanny and weird and interesting, and there's just a lot to dive into. The Conductor Williams production, so combining like soul samples and like kind of jazzy production with this dark feel just makes for such an interesting album to me. And Billy Woods is not missed for me, at least from what I've heard. And it's not for everyone. Again, it's underground rap, it's experimental rap, but it's for me, and I really liked it. So next we'll go on to a new Turnstile single called Look Out For Me. That's for their new record that I'm pretty sure comes out next week, and this song is incredible. It's 6 minutes, and the first half is like kind of your average Turnstile, yet it feels matured. It's got that punk energy, but also feels very like Linkin Park, new metal almost, with some of the very dramatic chorus. And but it also goes into like a super synthy and atmospheric last half where there's just instrumental synths and ambience going on. So this really feels like this record is going to be really special. And just based off of the single, I think this album's going to be incredible. And it really feels like the maturity of Turnstile to me, because their music can be very short and sweet. It's kind of just punky and then to the point. But this really feels like they're taking their music to a new level. But I'm not too familiar with Turnstile's catalog again, so I can't say that for sure. But just from what I've heard, it's very short and sweet and to the point. And this just feels like they're ready to really make like a rock opera type of album. So I'm very excited for this record that releases next week. Then we'll go on to Latto with her song Somebody. It has a very Jamaican, like beachy, summery feel to it, and I really like that. It's not super interesting lyrically or anything, and it's not like out of the box or super creative, but it's a good summer song, and it has a really nice beachy feeling, and Latto's melodies on this song are really catchy and interesting, so I really like the song. It didn't blow me away, but it's a good summer song for the summer. So then we'll move on to The Ocean is Fake by Flume and JPEG Mafia. They did release an EP, but I didn't like the EP. It was called We Live in a Society. I was not a fan of the EP. I just really liked this song. This song is absolutely beautiful. The synths, the little vocal chops in the background, it makes for such a beautiful song, but the whole record is basically a parody EP. So it's weird that this song is on there. It's kind of a really big contrast between the rest of the record being very comedic and not really taking itself too serious. But then this last song, The Ocean is Fake, is really good and it adds a super like ambience feeling, and I really like the production, and JPEG does his thing, and it kind of it does have those elements of like comedy in there towards the end with JPEG saying some stuff, but the production is just incredible on the song. So I think it could have used to be on a different record than this EP, but whatever. I'm not complaining. I really like the song. So The Ocean is Fake, Flume and JPEG Mafia. Next, this is my last mention of May. There wasn't too much music, but this is my last mention. Clips dropped a single yesterday. Yesterday was Friday, right? Yeah, so they dropped a single yesterday, Clips. It's grand return of Clips, and this album is shaping up to be pretty good. And I really like the song. I really like the production. I'm pretty sure it's Pharrell in the production, right? The synth adds such like a dramatic yet melancholy feel to it, but the Pusha T's rapping is just, you know, it's standard Pusha T, I won't lie. It's talking about cocaine and drugs, and there's a few lines that I don't like he says yellow, like PP, like come on, dude. And then he starts rhyming like Lady Gaga, Baga, Saga, like I don't like that part, and Pusha T didn't do anything incredible, but from a production standpoint, this is a super dramatic yet melancholy feeling, and I love the production on this song, so that's why I'll be returning to it. And yeah, I mean, that's my best music of May. There's not too much, and again, I probably missed a lot. I've heard that new Miley Cyrus record is pretty good too, so might have to check that out. But yeah, that's just the stuff that I picked up on. And for the final mention, oh my god, I forgot the final mention. The final mention, Fancy That by Pink Pantheress. That's my favorite to release in May. It's a really short EP. I think it's only like 20 minutes, something like that. It's super accessible, and her songs are super short. And, you know, there's definitely conversation to be had about Pink Pantheress kind of trying to fit in with kind of the short attention span dopamine hits, but she does it really well. And it's a very accessible, fun club pop dance record, and her vocals and melodies are really great. I've been returning to this record like seriously every day because it's so accessible and you can just go through it really quick, and it makes you want to just listen to it over and over again. So my favorite release of May is Fancy That by Pink Pantheress. So let me know, what was your favorite release of May? What did I miss? What did you agree with me? What did you disagree? Let me know.